Hi, I'm Zoe Clark, and now I'm going to show you how to apply your foundation so you too can perfect your complexion so you can have skin just like Victoria Beckham or Kate Winslet. So when you go to choose a foundation and you walk into a big department store, it can be very confusing as to what to actually look out for. So two things that you need to look at obviously are, number one, the colour, and number two, the texture. Now when you're deciding a colour, you've got to decide whether or not you are a yellowy toned person or a pinky toned person. At least that's the way I look at it. Some people say warm and cool. I think that can be a little bit confusing. Now if you look here at Shabelle, she's definitely more yellowy toned whenever you look at her. But if I put a pinky toned foundation on her, it can definitely look very wrong, and certainly I wouldn't be going too dark either. If I go too dark, it can look very artificial. So say for example, here's a darker toned yellowy or pinky toned foundation. And if I apply this onto her face here, you'll see how dark that is and how artificial that is. Whereas if I apply a pinky tone or yellowy tone foundation, I'll get this right, which is more her skin tone. You can see it just blends into her skin and you can hardly see it. It's very natural, okay? Now, the next thing obviously is the texture of the foundation. And if your skin is oily, you can get more matte foundations which will dry more powdery, but most of the time, whenever, as a makeup artist, certainly the way I would approach the skin is I would see the skin almost like a piece of wood. Obviously your skin's not like wood, but I would never use a very thick matte foundation ever really to cover a skin, because it's just like putting on a matte paint on a nice piece of wood. It destroys the look of the wood. You want your skin to actually come out and to glow. So what I do is I put a very fine, almost like varnishing, all the way over, and when I apply the foundation I tend to use either a little sponge, your fingertips, or a brush, and really it's down to you which way you want to do it. Personally I like to use a sponge because it's nice and light, but other makeup artists would like to use brushes. It's really up to you. And then I just apply it all over, and then I'll go in afterwards with the concealer. Oh, and one other thing, the difference between day and night, it is a bit of a myth. Your skin does not change texture or colour naturally between day or night, only if you use a fake tan, and then you'd match your foundation into your fake tan. But apart from that, it should be the same.